Good morning, Unity of Tampa. Good morning to those of you here in the sanctuary. Good morning to those of you at home watching through Facebook. That little prelude that we brought you this morning was from an artist called Link Ray. It was a tune released in 1958 called Rumble. And the reason that we're playing it this morning is because this month has been Native American History Month, and we haven't played a whole lot of music to honor our native people, but Link Ray, I recently found out, was actually a Shawnee native. And he hid it for many years. He was under some scrutiny back then for his heritage, but as it turns out, he was an inspiring early rock and roll Native American. So that's your little fun fact for the morning. Exactly, yeah. I'm sure Alvon would know. He would probably know all about it. So, but we just figured we'd start the service off with that. And we have Suzanne up here.
Thank you, Elliot. That was very interesting. Yes. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Tampa. We are glad you are all here, and we have a wonderful group to present here today. And I also want those watching via Facebook and our YouTube to check on in. My name is Suzanne Brown, and it's my pleasure to serve as your platform assistant today. If I can be of any help, please don't hesitate to ask. If you are here for the first time, we have a special gift for you. Please stop by the table in the lobby and see Emma following the service. So I want to remind you again, please silence your cell phones and check in on social media. Okay, announcements. In anticipation of our upcoming move, we need help packing, furnishings, and other items, removing the personalized bricks in the courtyard, and a lot of other activities are involved. If you are able to help, please email tampaunity@gmail.com. And for those of us in the sanctuary, we do have a few guidelines. I'm sure you're well aware of them. How can we help? Our care team genuinely wants to be able to provide support for community members when needed. If you are not personally in need, but if you know of somebody who is, please call Kathy or Linda or email tampaunity@gmail.com. We are here for you or someone you know. And we continue our Wednesday gatherings. They begin each week at 6:30 p.m. with meditation led by Dave Troll, followed by 7 p.m. conversation on spirituality. And Elliot Dickinson is here also to offer music at 7:40 after the discussion. Please invite your friends and join us. I believe you're also streaming on Facebook. Very good. Okay. Remember that our youth ministry director, Emma Silbert, has downloadable materials available for parents to download for children, available on the Tampa Unity website and Facebook page. Now let me ask, are there any birthdays in December? Anybody here who has a birthday in December? Come on down. Nobody? Okay, here comes Duncan. All right. Woo-hoo! All right. Happy birthday.
Is it just the one, huh? Just Duncan?
Yeah.
Well, let's sing Duncan happy birthday this morning. What do you say, guys?
No, we had...
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Here, I was
Three.
trying to get the band started on the song. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God bless you. Happy birthday to you.
All right. Good deal. Good deal.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. All right. right, now it's my pleasure to introduce our Reverend Nancy Mercurio. You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to have you here. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving filled with gratitude. We are going to say our unity affirmation today. Some of you may or may not remember this, but today we're going to join together, and yes, we are. Thank you, Duncan. There's only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Thank you. All right, I want to read today's daily word. Interestingly, it ties with the topic today. So it's called faith, but it talks a lot about hope. It says, my faith lights my path and guides my way. As Advent season begins, my thoughts turn to faith. I believe in my capacity to be hopeful, assured, and strengthened as I embark on this journey of faith. Faith keeps me open to discovering reasons to have hope, even when I do not yet see any evidence for my hopefulness. Faith gives me assurance that my indwelling divinity will lead me to accomplish all that I set out to achieve. Faith fortifies me with the necessary strength to transcend my limited human knowledge, allowing divine wisdom to guide my thoughts and my actions. I believe in good things to come, and I believe in my ability to bring those things into manifestation. I am grateful for the gift of faith. And from Romans 15, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. And with that, I will turn it over to Elliot, John, and Michael, who are going to sing Come On In by the Martins.
Thank you, Nancy. So I decided that this was about the time of year to bring Come On In back around. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I know we used to sing this song together quite a bit. So we're going to bring it back for the holidays. Here we go. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. For the Father waits with open arms. He's calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Come on in, yeah. You'll find a place of rest and illumination as God within you helps you to light your way. He knows the peace you need and the hurt you're feeling. He longs to hold you and to wipe your tears away. For the door's unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Well, there's room enough in this home of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. We got it. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Hey, come on in. appreciate that. It's wonderful to get you all singing along and putting your hands together this morning. So I think it's about time for our children's lesson, and Emma's going to come on up here and present that to the children before she takes them off to Sunday school.
Good morning. Okay, so I have a couple announcements before we do the children's message. We just want to say thank you so much to everybody who adopted children on our giving tree. We sponsored all of the 20 that we originally adopted, and that was amazing. And we adopted 10 more, and we almost have all of them sponsored too. So if you did not get a kid and you want to take one of the 10 that we adopted, we're going to do a special Zoom tomorrow that I can give you the name of your child, because I don't want you to have to wait till next Sunday. If you did not get an opportunity to take a child and you still would like to, that would be amazing. We are going to try and sponsor my class, and I have 30 e-learning students, so they don't have access to books at home mostly. So we're going to try and do a Scholastic book club where $10 would get the child one book a month for the whole school year. So if you're interested, thank you. If you're interested in that, I have a sign-up sheet up in the front, and there you can either do cash, there's a QR code that you can do it online, or you can do a check, which then we can turn into a gift card for Scholastic. So we are just blown away by how generous you guys have been, and I think the children are going to be just thrilled with all of the love you guys are showing them. So thank you so much. And now for our children's message. Our affirmation today is, I am self-love. I take care of my mind, body, and spirit. And then our devotion today is called Patiently Waiting. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. Proverbs 16:9. God has a plan for you, but God's plan may not always happen in the way that you would like or at the time of your own choosing. Still, God always knows best. Sometimes, even though you may want something very badly, you must still be patient and wait for the right time to get it. And the right time, of course, is determined by God. So trust Him always, obey Him always, and wait for Him to show you His plans. And that's exactly what He will do. Kids tip, your plans or God's plans. As you plan for the day and for all the ones that follow it, you should do so in prayerful consultation with your Father in heaven. All right, and now if you are a child and would like to come over with me, we're going to have some fun today. We'll meet in the back.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Yeah, yeah. Clap along if you feel happiness is the truth. Uh-huh. Clap along if you know what happiness means to you. Yeah, yeah. Clap along if you feel like the kids, that's what they want to do.
Yeah. Thanks to Emma for having our children's lesson up here. And we're going to do another song, another sing-along with everyone here in the congregation, with you folks at home. This one's called Down in My Soul.
I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. In the whole wide world is my home. Yeah, I've got a new I've got a new day down in my soul. In the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. In the whole wide world is my home. Yeah, yeah. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. In the whole wide world is my home. Yeah. In the whole wide world is my home. Unity. In the whole wide world is my home. Hey, yes, feeling the power. Ooh, and now we got to take a deep breath, Unity. It's going to be our time of meditation here this morning. We're going to sing Blessing to the World together. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and all you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. Sing we. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and all we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. It's a blessing to the world. You're a blessing to the world.
Well, thank you so much, Elliot, to you and the band. You are a blessing to us. So I just invite you now to relax and take a few deep breaths. Try to calm your mind and quiet your soul. Just think about the spirit within and allowing all the right messages to come forth as you hear these words I'm going to share. In this season of hope lies the opportunity for me to shine a new light on my life and on the world. Through renewing my connection to Divine Spirit, I can strengthen the light within so that I might shine that light brightly. I breathe life into my vision for the future. But I do so with faith and hope in positive outcomes. And I expect nothing less than a life that is loving and healthy and happy and creative and hopeful. I affirm my highest good will always prevail when I remain hopeful. By being patient, courageous, and persistent. It may not always be easy for me to see the light amidst the darkness. But with faith, I can maintain a tireless mindset of hope and optimism. Even while pursuing what might seem like an impossible dream. I maintain unwavering mental strength by relying on the infinite strength of God. That resource, that light, that Spirit of Christ within. The more I raise my spiritual awareness, the more hopeful I actually become. My hope for the future becomes my faith in the present as I celebrate the Divine Spirit within me and the Divine Spirit expressing through me. Let's take that in for a moment. This is a time for hope and a promise for spiritual renewal. And I can set forth my desire to live as someone who shines my light on the world every day. Through that light, I bring hope, peace, love, and joy to those who may be stuck in the darkness, including me. I am hopeful. And as I slowly open my eyes and bring myself back to this place and time, I remind myself the power of my thoughts and my ability to live a hopeful life. So today, we begin our 4-week journey of Advent, which is, as many of you know, a tradition for Christians. and it's intended to help us understand the true meaning of Christmas and the true meaning of the birth of Jesus and the hope that it brought to the world. Now, each of the 4 weeks is dedicated to one of the virtues of Advent. And there are 4: hope, peace, joy, and love. What's important to understand is that's what people were feeling at the time they were anticipating Jesus' arrival. They were looking for hope. They were looking for the opportunity to find peace in their life. And they were looking for joy and love. Now, each week we're going to light one of the 4 Advent candles, and each will represent whatever topic we're talking about. But it's important to understand what the circle of light means, which is the eternity of God's presence in our life. So I want to take a moment and light a candle on behalf of our hope. Looks like a very powerful light. Just wanted to mention that. The word Advent actually means arrival of a notable person or event. So you don't have to be Christian to appreciate what Advent can do for your life. If this isn't part of your religious practice, then it's okay to still appreciate what Advent can do for bringing peace and hope and joy and love into your world. The purpose of these 4 weeks is to set time aside every single day for prayer and meditation and reflection, to pause our lives and to consider what it might mean to live with these 4 virtues every single day without doubt and without question. The first Advent week is hope, and hope is what actually gives our life meaning. Hope is how we find our purpose, because we have something to look forward to. And hope gives us the possibility through our faith to anticipate what we're waiting for. Hope is actually a very positive spiritual practice that can help us get through the most difficult times, because it allows us to approach our problems with the right mindset. If we don't have the right mindset, we're not motivated to get through our challenges, and we're not motivated to get past them. And actually, hope is the basic ingredient for us to have the belief and expectation in all things good. It's what keeps us from turning every crisis in our life into some drama or disaster. Hope. Now, spiritual leaders Frederick and Marianne Broussard talk about how hope is actually described best when we use light metaphors. Think about that for a moment. How often have we heard a ray? Hope is a ray. Hope is a beam. Hope is the light at the end of the tunnel. Every time we hear hope, it's the opening of the clouds. It's the shining of the sun. And every picture that describes hope always comes with something related to light. And he says, without the light of hope, we can easily be overcome by the darkness or gloom and doom of life and feel defeated. There's a man named Jerome Groopman who wrote a book called The Anatomy of Hope. And he talks about evidence in how hope can actually change our mental and physical well-being. Now, you know, I always like to bring up the fact that there are physical and mental benefits to these things. Because if you don't understand it's the whole person, then you're separating your body and your mind. and they are not separate. They go together. He says, hope, for example, fuels the feel-good brain chemicals that we need to stay positive. If you don't have those chemicals stimulated, then you tend to see the gloom and doom of life. He also says that it's hope that prevents us from something called cortisol overload, which is a deadly stress that we experience when we don't have hope and when we're dealing with difficult situations. And he says that research even shows that hopeful people will laugh and smile more than others. Now think about somebody you know that's hopeful. Think about yourself when you feel hopeful. And what are you doing most of the time? You feel good about life, even when there's no particular reason. You just look forward to life. Hope can actually be learned. So if you're thinking, well, I've never been a hopeful person, there's a chance you could actually learn it today. Because hope can be practiced through three things. One is being patient. And being patient allows us the ability to let events and situations just play out without freaking out about them. Just let it be, let go, let God, as you've often heard, just let them happen and trust that your faith will lead you to where you need to go through hoping for something better. Courage is the second one, and courage gives us the confidence that we need to face the unknown. And last is persistence. And persistence says we are determined, no matter what, to keep ourselves going. Hope is when all of us can say, all is well, and actually mean it, not just say it. Now, I think most of us get confused between what faith and hope are. I still find them difficult at times to describe, but I'm going to try and simplify it so that you can understand why they go hand in hand. So first, faith is a result of our belief system. Faith in God came from your belief system. And faith is what is current. It exists now. Your faith, your beliefs, your willingness to believe in something you cannot see. But that faith is solidified if you have faith. You're the first one to say, no, I'm going to pray now. That's the thing I know to do. That comes from your faith and your belief system. But hope is an outcome of having faith. Hope allows us to imagine, because of our faith, things that we don't know to be true. To have expectations for what we haven't seen yet. And that's why you can't have hope if you don't have faith. So if you find yourself feeling hopeless on some days, I want you to really think about, where is your faith based? What do you believe in? What is your belief system to support that? Now, I have a wonderful story I want to share with you. Some of you may know it, and if you don't, I hope you'll find it very interesting. The co-founders of Unity, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, had an amazing journey to find faith and hope. You may not believe this, but Charles was actually an atheist. Yes, he was an atheist. Myrtle, in 1886, was struggling and suffering from tuberculosis. It was a disease back then that people did not necessarily heal from. And she was pretty desperate. Her husband had bankrupted 2 businesses, one in the mining business, one in the real estate. They were poor. She was too weak to care for her children, and she was completely hopeless. her mother-in-law had to move in to take care of them, and they didn't even have enough money to feed themselves. Now they had to figure out how they were going to feed her mom too. His mom, rather. So one night, Myrtle decides that she's going to tag along to what is called a faith healer at the time. She was desperate enough to try anything. So she goes to this meeting, too weak to drive herself. Somebody takes her, and she goes to the meeting, and Dr. E.B. Weeks was speaking, one of the most famous first New Thought leaders that ever existed. And he said one line that caught her complete attention. One line. I am a child of God, and I do not inherit sickness. One line. That's it. That's the only thing she walked away with. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. Well, Myrtle went home that night, and she began reciting every single day, multiple times a day, this one line. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. She prayed. Her health almost immediately started to improve because she was letting go of her attachment to being unhealthy and to being a believer that she could not heal. You see, most of us, a lot of us who have experienced traumatic illness or challenges, we all know that once you're in it, it's really hard to get out. Because your mind starts playing this game with you, and whatever doctors have told you, and whatever people have told you, and whatever research says, you start to believe you cannot overcome this. But that's where hope comes in. Well, Charles started to see that Myrtle was actually improving, and he couldn't figure it out. So he starts to believe, well, maybe there is something to this mind cure business. That's how he looked at it, because remember, he had no faith. Well, what we didn't know at the time, everybody focused on, even in Unity, almost everybody focused on Myrtle's illness. But most people don't know that Charles himself was an invalid. He was handicapped from the time he was a little boy. He had fallen on the ice, and he had fractured his hip. And one leg was shorter than the other. His hip was locked and frozen, and he had no movement on one leg. He had spent his entire life in chronic pain, suffering with this leg problem. So every day, he thought, what do I have to lose? I'm going to make an appointment between myself and this God person, and I'm going to see if I can start to feel better. It's working for her. And he did not miss a day. A man with no faith did not miss a day. He set time aside to pray, to meditate, and to affirm his health. When he began to experience health and feel less pain and feel freer to move, he and Myrtle founded the New Thought School of Christianity, Unity School of Christianity, because they were such believers. She was eventually cured from tuberculosis, and this is what she said: when we let light flood us with its sunshine, all clouds vanish, and we begin to see ourselves in new ways of doing, which lead to wholeness and health and satisfaction and growth. Myrtle used her faith to establish hope in her life. Charles believed in enough of what he was seeing that he used his wife's situation to actually find faith and to live more hopefully. Not one, but two people cured through faith and hope. And one of them having no belief in a higher power at all. As a result of those prayerful times, those prayerful moments that they took every day, they founded Silent Prayer Ministry. And thousands of people all over the world sent them prayers because their story was so compelling. Today, many of you know Unity, Silent Unity still exists, and the 24/7 prayer line is still working all these years later. I want to share a poem with you today. If Duncan would put that up. Thank you. Never give up. Never lose hope. Always have faith. It allows you to cope. Trying times will pass, as they always do. Just have patience. Your dreams will come true. So put on a smile. You will live through your pain. Know it will pass, and strength you will gain. And that's by Belle Claveria Carrig Martinez. We, each of us, has a responsibility to keep hope alive within ourselves and for the world. When our light goes dark, other lights go dark. And when other lights go dark, the world goes dark. And just like these candles on the Advent wreath, we're reminded that we need to let our light keep shining brightly as a beacon of hope, not just for us, but for others. I have a few takeaways for you today. Hope is available to all of us to experience if we're willing to do these 4 things. 1, be patient in situations that appear hopeless. When times are tough, affirm your desired expectations through prayer. Number 2, have the courage to face the unknown with confidence. In every challenge you experience, stand strong and use adversity for good. Number 3, be persistent in hoping for a better outcome. Stay the course, don't give up, keep the faith. And number 4, above all, remember you are of God. God is within, not outside of us. That spirit, that light is within. We were born of that light. Our affirmation is through faith, I have hope in the unexpected. And I want to end with a Bible verse, not a quote, because it was just perfect for today. It's from Romans 15, and it says, "Now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit."
Thank you, Nancy. As I shuffle some things around here on the music stand, get myself back in place, we're going to bring you this song that we've played once, maybe a year ago, and it just seemed like a nice, hopeful message for everyone this morning. Woke up this morning, I suddenly realized we're all in this together. I started smiling, 'cause you were smiling. We're all in this together. I'm made of atoms, you're made of atoms, and we're all in this together. A long division, it doesn't matter if we're all in this together. Every 12 seconds, someone remembers that we're all in this together. In the kitchen of your rent-controlled apartment, we're all in this together. Come on, maybe, but I don't mean to rush you. I only wanted to reach out and touch you. I gotta start to open my heart. I know you think about jumping ship before it sinks, but we're all in this together. And ask a scientist, it's quantum physics that we're all in this together. And on the subway, we feel like strangers, but we're all in this together. Can you sing that with me? Yeah, I love you, and you love her, and she loves him, but we are all in this together. You know, there's never been protection in all the history of human connections. So come on, darling, it's alright to show me that I don't ever need to feel lonely once you start to open your heart, to open your heart, yeah, yeah. I saw you crying, I started crying, we're all in this together. And then religion, it's a big decision when we're all in this together. We are all in this together. Yeah, we're all in this together. 'Cause we're all in this together. Unity, we're all in this together. We are all in this together. We are all in this together. And ain't it good when we're all in this together? We can make it if we're all in this together. Ooh. Thanks, everyone. Cool little song that I was sent sometime last year.
We had the wrong slide up, and it's not Duncan's fault. We had your songs in a different order. So we gave them a prelude of what you're going to be singing. Yes. So, you know, they got a sneak peek. All right. So first of all, we want to take this time to say our offering affirmation. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. Oh, thank you for telling me that. I didn't know you did that. Thank you, God. I am so blessed that you blessed me with that. If you, first of all, I invite you to take your offering in your hand for just a moment, and I want you to just close your eyes and imagine your offering multiplying across the world and in your life. Just see how one little thing can grow into so much. And if you feel so moved, there's an offering box on the wall in the back. And thank you for your gifts always, time, talent, and treasures. If you're in need of personal prayer, we want to remind you that we do have a prayer chaplain, and there are many of us, excuse me, who would happily pray for you. And there are 4 ways that you can share your requests. One is through the phone. You can call the church. One is through the website. We have a You Pray app, and you can also write a prayer request and leave it in the box in the back. And we have special separate announcement. First, we want to congratulate Margaret, who was named Transportation Engineer of the Year for the state of Florida. So after the church moves, you can ask your board president to create a church on wheels. She should be able to do that. I'm just saying, okay? If you're going to get the award, let's do something with that. Yeah, exactly. Do you mind? We would like that. Walk and bike there. All right, we also want to say a special thanks to all the people who participated in the Thanksgiving food drive. Norma Baynard, Kathy Arnold, Linda Reed, Ellen Zuniga. In our narthex decoration, Kathy Arnold, Norma Baynard, Candace Graham, Vivian Merck. And Luis Alvarez, I know you're watching, Luis. I want to thank you for the beautiful angels and all the little things he's done. He put angels up on all these beams. We had a few fall, but we will get them back up. And we're grateful to everyone who helps us in this church, so thank you. And yes, thank you. And I want to give a special thanks to Elliot, John, and Michael for wonderful music today. Thank you. And Duncan, thank you so much for all that you do. And to everyone else, if I've missed you, just know you are appreciated. And I'm going to turn it back over to Elliot now and the band for the song we preluded.
So we're going to do something a little different than we planned this morning. I called an audible, you guys. You ever just wake up and you say, you know what? I'm going to change my mind. That's what we're doing today. That's right. That's right. As a guitar player that I very much adore once said, why would I play a guitar solo today that I wrote last Friday? Why would we play a song that we picked on Wednesday for Sunday morning? No, but we want to bring you guys this one. This is a nice, hopeful tune, a little fun jam. So we're going to jam it out a little bit, you guys. Are you ready? And again, big thanks to everyone who was part of the event last Sunday. It was just an amazing thing to behold, let me tell you. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways, you got it, my good is coming to me. At least 100 ways for me to believe. Countless blessings and I receive. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. Come on, at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways that my good is coming to me. At least 100 ways my good is coming to me. At least 100 ways that I can believe. All the love can you receive? There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming
coming to me, and there are at least 100 ways that my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. Yeah, my good is coming to me. Oh, my good is coming to me. Unity, at least 100 ways. At least 100 ways. The best ways, at least 100 ways. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Uh-huh. Hey, we appreciate that, guys. We appreciate that energy so much. Unity. Whew. So, with that being said, I think it's about time for us to give our prayer for protection. Do we have any more announcements? Or are we going to sing the peace song and do our prayer for protection? So let's all stand and sing together. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. And to take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Yes. And the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is right. That's right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. Like a hot air balloon that can go to space. With the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I clap along if you feel happiness is the truth. Yeah, yeah. Clap along if you know what happiness means to you. Yeah, yeah. Clap along if you feel it. That's what you ought to do. Here goes bad news, you're talking this and that. Yeah, give me all you got and don't hold it back. I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, no offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I clap along if you feel it. Happiness is the truth. Uh-huh. Clap along if you know what happiness means to you. Yeah, yeah. Clap along if you feel it. That's what you ought to do. Ought to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Yeah, yeah. Clap along if you feel it. Happiness is the truth. Uh-huh. Clap along if you know what happiness means to you. Yeah, yeah. Clap along if you feel it. That's what you ought to do. Ought to do. Hey. Thanks, guys.